Nobody thought you'd be this much pressure. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, nobody ever thought that you would be this much pressure. I'm telling you. See, family, I need somebody to drop in the comments and say, I'm too much for one man. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say I'm too much for one man. See, with yourself, it's going to take 2, 3, 4, 5 people to take you down, right? 2, 3, 4, 5 men, women, whatever you want to call it, mankind, to take you down. I don't care if it's intellectually, a debate, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever it is, y'all, even financially. We'll take it to the bank, okay? Family, you have the ability to take them all down. You're not the average woman. You're not the average man. You're not the average kid. And they know this, right? But see, here's the funny thing. Maybe in the beginning, your talent, your gift, or whatever it is that you were blessed with didn't show like that. Because sometimes people can't see a vision that God didn't show them, right? So they'll overlook you. They didn't know you was going to be this much pressure. Y'all stay with me. Maybe in the beginning, your talent, your gift, your work ethic, whatever it was a little slow. Therefore, they were not able to see the vision. Number one, because it wasn't shown to them. But number two, people like instant gratification. They like quick results, fast. And so, family, they were incapable of seeing it. And so, when the time came, you were really good. You were excellent. They turned their heads. They turned their eyes. By the time they came back to you, you was turning up. You was doing well. You had got the promotion. You was winning. Because when they left you, you ain't stopped grinding. You ain't stopped working. You didn't stop doing that thing that you said you was going to be successful at. Nobody thought you'd be this much pressure. There's an artist by the name of Max B, y'all. I'm sure y'all know him. He's like a New York legend, Harlem legend. And I was listening to It Is What It Is podcast. I believe Mason Cameron was talking about, I think they could have signed Max B, or they could have done something. Whatever it was, there was like people didn't really knew or know that he was going to be that good, right? Cameron was like, people ain't know he was going to be that good, B. Nobody believed he would be that good, B. You know how Cam talk. And so he was like, he ended up doing very well, doing very good. And what happened is the very people, including them, who kind of overlooked them, was in shock when he started turning up, when he started getting his, recognition, his shine, his reputation started glowing. Why is that? Because when people overlook you and clearly don't see what you have, when you do become that, they realize that, oh, you was pressure the whole time. Yeah, that's the same thing with yourself. Nobody thought that you'd be this much pressure. Nobody thought that you'd be this good. You follow what I'm saying? And so that's what we're going to speak about within this video, y'all. First thing is first, y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video, as well as subscribe to the channel. Y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. And yes, y'all, we're still right here in front of the legendary Great Couch. We tuning in live, y'all, broadcasting live on the Reno Speaks Life channel. Okay, we're coming in with a later video, but I'm managing multiple channels, pages, all that jazz. But I will ask my family, how y'all doing, what y'all got going on, what y'all ate today. Now, for those who already watched me on my other channel, I got to say it for my foodies over here. Number one, my day has been well, but I had some train wreck nachos, y'all. I loaded that thing up. Nachos, cheese, what we call it, y'all, the ground beef mixed with the taco seasoning, chives, sour cream, jalapenos, mozzarella cheese, dried refried beans. I really went in today, y'all. I ain't gonna hold you after the gym, but yeah, y'all, that's what I had for dinner. Y'all drop in the comments and let me know what y'all had, how y'all day was, the whole nine. Drop it down below in the comments. Let's get directly into this banger, y'all. Nobody thought you'd be this much pressure, okay? Number one, you fell down publicly, all right? You fell down publicly. That's okay. Whether it was you losing your home, losing your apartment, making less money, getting demoted, fired, losing a relationship, losing friends, losing credibility, right? Losing a reputation that was not even worth having, especially around the individuals who held the reputation in high regards, right? Sometimes, y'all, you have to leave a level, of individuals who's no longer serving you. And quite frankly, you're not even serving them anymore. So sometimes, y'all, you have to leave that level to elevate. However, y'all, when you did that, you fell down publicly. See, before the breakthrough, you break down, right? Before the breakthrough, you break down. And so when you fall publicly, human beings are quick to write you off. I knew it. Ha ha. People laughing at you. They making you feel like you were never it. Nah, you were it all along. Like Gunner said, I was him all along. That's the same thing with yourself. Yeah. Somebody drop in the comments and say him all along. And of course, if you are a lady, drop in the comments and say her all along. That was you. Nobody thought you would be this much pressure, right? When you think about the fight with it just happened, Anthony Joshua and Christian Pringle, right? Anthony Joshua and Christian Pringle. A lot of people seen that Anthony Joshua got knocked down 2 times. He suffered 2 knockouts straight up. And these just wasn't like some quick get ups, right? Like he got up within the time frame, but he got knocked down. Clearly that was some power, some pressure, and he had the pressure of the crowd. My man still got up, got knocked down again, still got back up. And then it was that one crushing right hand I believe he thrown. I believe it was a right hand. Y'all can correct me down below in the comments. But the point is he still won the fight. He came out on top. My man's still a champion. You follow what I'm saying? Most people look at that, they start walking out the stadium. He done fell down 2 times. It's over with. No, he knocked my man out. And my man didn't even fall down once. But it was the one time that hit landed, and that was it. It was over. Same thing with Deontay Wilder and the other guy. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But what I'm saying is that just because you fall down publicly, it doesn't mean that you can't get back up and win. Number 2, it's going to be this right here, fam. Maybe you had humble beginnings, okay? Humble beginnings. Sometimes, y'all, people like to hold you to the standard of where you come from. You come from a hut. You come from a tent. Don't be acting like you better than other people. I'm not acting like I'm better than other people. I just want a better living situation, right? Just because I want to live in a better apartment, a penthouse, a mansion, or just a regular 2-3 story house that's in a suburban neighborhood, I'm acting like I'm something that I'm not. No, you just know where I come from. Maybe you were not able to have the best food coming up, and people knew that and know that. However, y'all, now that you want to start eating 4-star and 5-star restaurants, all of a sudden you acting like you better than everybody in the room. No, you just know my humble beginnings. I mean, when you think about your favorite celebrities, Tyler Perry, he was homeless. Steve Harvey, homeless, went through divorces, all right? Tiffany Haddish, homeless. Kevin Hart had to help her out. And the list goes on. Family, people like to hold you to those standards as if you cannot upgrade your life. Somebody drop in the comments and say, I'm upgrading me. Nobody thought that you'd be this much pressure because they seen your humble beginnings and they wanted you to stay there. Number 3, it's going to be this right here, fam. Your reserved nature, all right? Your reserved nature. So, family, you got the loud mouth and you have the quiet one, right? Or the quiet mouth, however you want to call it. The loud mouth is going to get a lot of attention. Now, here's where it gets tricky at. Most people would think that, yeah, Reno, everybody knows the loudmouth is the one who can't fight. It's the one who, may have the most insecurities. It's the one who everybody know that they can't hold their own, whatever the case is. Well, family, no, that's not really the case, all right? Because the loudmouth actually is a convincing mouth. They convince a lot of people. Now, you got wise individuals, but do you think it's more wise people out here in this world or more foolish people out here in the world? Because the statistic says foolish. The statistics and analytics says foolish. All right. With that being said, y'all, although the loud mouth is going to get the attention of the wise and say, you know what? I know that you flexing somewhere. I know that there's some weak link in your chain. It's something that you doing that ain't all the way there. However, I'm going to keep it on the hush. I got you. I see you. But the other percentage of people is like, yeah, I believe him. He can fight. Oh, he do have a lot of cars. He does have a lot of money. He is the best. Okay? Because people are easily manipulated. That's just how it is. Now, the quiet one, once again, they're going to get the attention of the wise, but the people who are into flashy things may overlook the quiet one. Why? Because of their reserved nature. This is why when they act up, this is why when it comes out that that guy who had flip-flops and a stain on his shirt with some regular swimming trunks ate at some great restaurant, they found out that really he's a billionaire. Nobody knew it though. Why? Because of his reserved nature. Okay? And that's what I'm talking about, y'all. Nobody expected for him to be that much pressure, for her to be that much pressure, for you to be that much pressure. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying? Nobody expected for you to be that much pressure because of your reserved nature. Number 4 is going to be this right here, fam. Unfamiliarity, all right? Unfamiliarity. Now, in my opinion, y'all, this is actually ignorance at its finest. Just because you are unfamiliar with something doesn't mean that it's not good. Doesn't mean that it's not dangerous. Doesn't mean that it's not amazing or whatever it is, because oftentimes, y'all, when it comes to the things that we know about, we respect it or we have some type of judgment for it. The things that we don't know about, we don't respect it and we don't have any judgment for it. Or if it's going to be judgment, it won't be accurate and wise judgment. It's going to automatically be down spiraling. It's going to automatically be hazing. Is going to automatically be something that speaks negatively about or towards it. Does that make sense, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. Unfamiliarity. So it can work with any analogy, y'all. I'm going to say this. When it comes to the American cheeseburger, all right? The American cheeseburger. And this is my mentality. I'm going to just speak about myself. I thought that the American cheeseburger was better than calamari. Now, this right here is also subjective because somebody will argue me down and say, Reno, you crazy. But the reason why I'm going to say calamari is better than the American cheeseburger for certain things is because it's a different type of food, okay? But for me, it was unfamiliarity because I never really knew about calamari. That's fried squid. I didn't know it, okay? I didn't know about calamari. The American cheeseburger is something that I am familiar with. So guess what? I don't care if we at Chili's, give me the American cheeseburger. I don't care if we are at Applebee's, give me the American cheeseburger. Of course, if we're at McDonald's, give me the American cheeseburger. But then when you get in a space to where you can get some different food, like calamari, you start judging it and you start pushing it off to the side. Why? Because of unfamiliarity. What I'm saying is, just because you know something doesn't mean that it's better than the thing that you don't know about. I'll even go deeper, y'all. If you take somebody who's from the South Side and then they go over to the West Side, they don't know that this South Side person is a trained martial artist. He's a technician with them hands. They go to the West Side, or he go to the West Side, people start sizing him up and down. Do you think people treat him like that on the South Side? No. You know why? Because of familiarity. When people don't know you, they think that they could bully you. They think that they can test you. They think that they can say certain things to you. So unfamiliarity causes people to walk into situations blindly just because they don't know something. You follow what I'm saying? Just because they haven't seen it. Remind you, the person who's the quietest is always the most dangerous, all right? It's always the most dangerous, okay? With that being said, y'all, we'll move on to the next one. Number 5 is going to be this right here, family. People overlooked you, all right? People overlooked you. So I had a classmate by the name of JB, okay? Shout out to my man JB. JB was like this skinny, poor looking, light skinned dude, you know what I'm saying? But the girls wasn't on him like that because he was poor looking, skinny. He wasn't in the streets. He was always in his books. In fact, he was kind of looked at like a nerd, right? Now, I liked the JB. I thought he was smart. I thought that he was a leader. I thought that he was a person who had his own silent confidence. Like, he didn't really need the approval of other people. But at the same time, you can tell that people somewhat seek his validation. You follow what I'm saying? But in school, just because he didn't go to jail, now he a lame, right? Or just because he's not fighting a charge at the age of 14, he's, not somebody that you need to be aware of on the most dangerous list. Whatever. The point is, y'all, is that he was overlooked by a lot of the ladies. Well, if you ask me today, I'm sure those very ladies are looking at my man like, ooh, JB, where you stay at? What you got going on? Can I be your buddy? Right? Why? Because my man a doctor today, man. So shout out to my man JB. He's a doctor today. But what I'm trying to get y'all to understand is that nobody thought he'd be that much pressure. Do y'all know what a doctor make? A doctor make anywhere between 75,000 up. And when I say up, y'all, I'm talking about like 300,000, 400,000. All right, maybe even higher. I just know they make a lot of money. The point is, y'all, is that people overlooked you because maybe you wasn't the hot new thing. Maybe you wasn't the person who had that persona, that type of charisma. Maybe you wasn't popular at the time. When they turned their heads back on you, yeah, you was popping. All right, somebody drop in the comments and say, I'm popping now, all right? But with that being said, fam, we'll do a recap and then we'll conclude this video. But number one, y'all, you fell down publicly, all right? Number two, humble beginnings. Number three, reserved nature. Number four, unfamiliarity. And number five, y'all, people overlooked you, okay? With that being said, fam, y'all be sure to get you a Yes Sir t-shirt, Yes Sir hoodie, book a one-on-one session with your boy, and you can check out any one of my books. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.